Hey guys, tonight for dinner we are continuing right along with our theme of getting stuff out of our freezer. So we are making a ham, a bone-in ham in the crock pot. I am going to start a marinade that the ham, or glaze, I apologize, a glaze that will be going over the ham in the crock pot. I have brown sugar, ground cloves, honey, and 1 tablespoon of pineapple juice. I'm using crushed pineapple today. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this on low heat, let all this come together and come up to a boil to melt the sugar. Okay, our mixture is boiling. So we're gonna take this off the heat and we're gonna head over to the countertop to get our ham glazed. I've got my ham all unwrapped. This is a fully cooked ham. So what we're doing, it's a spiral cut, pre-cooked ham. It weighs 11.57 pounds. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna cook this in the crock pot. So I found this recipe on Pinterest and I'm going to link that in the description box below. So I've gotten it unwrapped and we have our glaze ready. It also came with this packet of glaze that I think I'm just gonna sprinkle throughout the top as well. But before I put it in my crock pot, I wanna take some of our crushed pineapple. I've been letting it drain. And put it between the different slices. All right, so I'm gonna move my crock pot over here and then we're gonna get this ham in the crock pot. I did spray my crock with nonstick cooking spray just for easy cleanup. So I'm just gonna drop it down in here, flat side down. So now we're gonna go ahead and just pack on the crushed pineapple. We have our glaze. It's nice and thick from where we boiled it. And we're just gonna smooth it all, or stream it all over our ham here. And this glaze will loosen back up once it gets warm again. All right, I am going to sprinkle just a little bit of this mixture on top. We're gonna get the lid on and we're gonna turn this on low. This is fully cooked, so all we're doing is heating it back up. So the recipe said 2 to 4 hours depending on the size of your ham. Okay guys, our ham is continuing to cook in the crock pot and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about sides for today, tonight, whatever. I am going to make sweet potato casserole. I have 2 small cans of yams instead of that great big one. If it wasn't just for my husband and I would have, like if we were taking it to a pitch-in or whatever, I would use the big can, but since it's just us, I just use a couple of these little cans. I have drained the sweet potatoes. I'm going to add 1 egg, vanilla. Love this stuff. 3/4 a cup of sugar. This is one of my husband's family's recipes, so I will actually write this recipe out in the description box below. Next, we're gonna add melted butter. I have a casserole dish I'm going to put this into. All right, next we're going to work on the topping. For the topping, I have flour. I don't know how well you can see that flour in there. I'm gonna add some brown sugar Keep in mind, the recipe that I'm going to have in the description box is for the full recipe. I'm having everything. Then we're gonna add our pecans, melted butter, and we're gonna give this a whisk, and then we're just gonna crumble it on top of our sweet potatoes. I can't remember if I told you or not, but we have the oven preheating at 350 degrees. And we're just gonna get this mixture all over the top. This is so good. It doesn't even taste like sweet potatoes. It is it's more like a dessert. All right, I'm going to get this into my preheated oven at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. Whenever you stick a toothpick in or a knife in, it should come out pretty clean. Hey guys, our sweet potato casserole just came out of the oven, and I'm gonna let it sit to the side and set up. It smells absolutely amazing, and it goes so well with ham. The other sides we're having with our ham and sweet potato casserole is these barbecue baked beans from Sam's Club. We love these, they are so good. And I'm just gonna throw some brown and serve rolls in the oven. Okay guys, my ham has been in this crock pot for about 6 hours. So I'm going to take the lid off, and that looks like a pretty doggone good ham, don't it, y'all? So I'm gonna check with my husband to see if he wants to just slice it inside the crock pot, or if he wants to take it out. So we'll be back as soon as we come up with the game plan and get things carved. Okay guys, my husband was able to get it out of the crock pot. It looks absolutely delicious. So we're gonna go ahead and get this carved up, and we'll be back whenever we have our plates made. And here is dinner at our house this evening. Ham from the crock pot, sweet potato casserole, Sam's Club baked beans, and brown and serve rolls. Good morning, y'all. So this morning we started a process yesterday of brining a turkey. So we are making turkey and dressing today, and it's time to get our turkey in the roaster. And we used the Kinder's brining kit. It comes in a black and white box, and all we did was follow the exact directions. It's a piece of cake, easy to follow. So I'm turning my turkey around. So I've got him all stuffed with onion, celery, carrots. You probably can see some seasoning from the brine. So now the next step before we put him in the roaster is that it comes with the brining packet, and then it comes with the rub. And we did this for Thanksgiving, and it turned out so great, so we decided that we wanted to do this again. Some of you may be asking, why are you guys having Thanksgiving practically? Well, here in Indiana, I usually do like a couple of big meals like in early spring, because once the weather warms up, nobody wants to eat this kind of heavy food. And so I try to do one big meal like around Easter time. So I wanted to do turkey and dressing just so that we could have a big meal before it gets too hot and we start grilling out for everything. So our turkey is going to cook 15 minutes for every pound. And this is 11.59 pounds of our turkey. This is a turkey that I bought around Thanksgiving, before Thanksgiving last year. And so I had it in the freezer, and I've been working really hard on using stuff that was in my freezer and pantries. And I was like, you know what? I can get rid of this and we can have a wonderful meal. So all we're gonna do is we're taking olive oil, and we're gonna butter him down, or wipe him down with olive oil, and then we're gonna add our rub packet. All right, I'm gonna give my hands a quick wash, and we'll be back to get him in the roaster. All right, so we're just gonna add just a little bit of the remaining seasoning. We're gonna put a lid on. We're gonna turn them on. And we've got him set on 350 degrees, and we'll be back in several hours. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do to work on our stuffing is we are going to melt some butter and soften our onions. I'll be back whenever this butter gets melted and we'll get the onions added. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get our onions in. And we're gonna let these onions cook until they soften. Abe's excited for dinner, can you tell? Did Mama wake you up, bub? All right, so the recipe on the back of the bag doesn't say to do this, but I'm just gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna add some sage, some thyme, and some celery. All right, next we are going to add in our chicken broth, and we're going to let this come up to a full boil. All right, our chicken broth and onion and butter mixture is boiling. We're gonna take it off the heat, and I'll meet you back over on my counter. Okay, what I've done is I have a big mixing bowl, and then I've opened up one of these bags of stuffing and I've dumped them in. We're gonna add our mixture. All right, I have an aluminum pan here, and I have sprayed it with nonstick cooking spray. We're going to dump our mixture into our pan. I like to keep this pretty rustic looking. I don't like it all smushed down. What we're gonna do is we are gonna put a piece of aluminum foil on this. We're gonna set it to the side. So our dressing, our stuffing, whatever you call it in your house, it is prepped and ready to go. We'll get in the oven closer to the turkey being done. And our stuffing's going in. We're gonna cook it for 40 minutes at 350 degrees covered. If you like your stuffing more crispy on the top, then you'll want to take your foil off about halfway through. Hey guys, my dressing just came out of the oven and it is looking delicious. I'm going to let that kind of do its thing for just a little bit while our turkey finishes up. Our turkey is done. It looks amazing. Okay, our turkey is out of the roaster. We're gonna let this rest for a little while and let those juices redistribute through the meat, and then we're gonna get him carved up. And here is dinner at our house tonight. Turkey and dressing. I didn't want to add the gravy all over the top because I didn't think you could see how delicious that turkey came out and the Pepperidge Farm stuffing.